Happy New Year to everyone. That's the way I wanted to start the brand new year, 2021. Can you believe it? We made it through 2020. I don't know any of you who wish that year back again. We're all having our particular challenges during this past year, and some of us more than others. We've been very lucky here on the island overall, and I also have noticed that because of our restrictions, I've noticed a lot more things to be grateful for. So that has been actually one of the best things about 2020. It allowed me to quiet down, to stop rushing too much. And I know it was enforced, but it's a way to get back to the roots of our life and to notice things like plants and trees and the ocean as you go for a walk. It is a beautiful, beautiful world we live in. And so I look at those things and I think to myself, 2020 was a way for me to get back to feeling like I'm in touch with life rather than rushing through it. Kathy Bird is here. Happy New Year to you. And Linda Bazarski is here. Happy New Year. Lisa, you're here. Wonderful. I hope you had a wonderful New Year. Marcy Schmidt, Happy New Year to you. Donna Granger, Happy New Year. Yay! I don't know if any of you have had any quiet celebrations at home. We had, I think what we did last night was we binge watched something, and then between we talked about our New Year's resolutions. I know it sounds like an old-fashioned and silly thing to do, but we were kind of interested in it, Richard and I, to find out if there was anything at all that we could improve. And we certainly could improve some of our attitudes and some of the things that we were doing, particularly to evade and avoid feeling negative thoughts. So yeah, we've got some Happy New Year resolutions already. And I'm going to hold off on mine and see if any of you have any resolutions. I'm looking to see Teresa's here, Patty, Carol Reed is here. It looks like Gail Stetler is here. And Donna Granger, I already said hello. And I have to mention now that I see Carol Reed is here. The reason that I'm mentioning you, Carol, is I believe you are second in the list of all of the people who voted for the best sweater picture. And honestly, everyone contributed, and there are a number of you who have. You all look just adorable in your sweaters, in your t-shirts if you're in Australia or New Zealand, or even if you're in the tropics. And I'm so grateful to many of you who have shown your Victoria Sampler things and shown them with pride and happiness. Liz, you stitched in 2020, which is awesome. So thank you so much for entering the unofficial contest. Lorraine apparently won. I know her spirit shines out from her picture, and she asked me the other day, I'm sorry, she says, I feel embarrassed, and I'm not sure why, because she won fair and square, there's no doubt about it, but she was our chief moderator, and I think she feels that because she's associated with Victoria Sampler, she said to me, could you please give it to the next person on the list? So I believe that's Carol Reed, if I'm not mistaken. So congratulations, and I will get in touch with you privately. All the rest of the people who have contributed will be sent a small free pattern. If you will send me at my email address, Thea@victoriasampler.com, please send me your email so that I can do it via email, not messenger. Well, actually, no, not messenger. It's easier for me to keep track in my inbox. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, then you all will get a small free pattern from me. So I hope you have enjoyed Yvonne's free pattern. It's gone now, and that gorgeous rendition with the frame, I just saw that the other day. It is beautiful. So I hope you've downloaded that in the meantime so that you could also stitch this for any time between now and the time that COVID is gone, which I don't know when that will be. Jeez. Teresa Petenbowl is here. Yay, Happy New Year. And Janine is here. Happy New Year. And so nice that everyone's come back to say Happy New Year to everyone else. We all want this year to be happier than the last year, and I get that. On the other hand, we have this feeling every new year that things are going to change. And so we're the ones that are going to change it, okay? It's not going to change as much out there as it will in here. So keep in mind that in order to make it happy, we have to make ourselves happy, and we can do that by stitching and many other ways. And another way you can do that is by meditating. My meditation frog was given to me by Sue Donnelly. I keep it with me at all times because instead of having a frog to keep away not as well as keeping away all of my mistakes and my errors, and I don't have to rip it out. My frog also reminds me to take things easy and to meditate and or be as quiet as I can so that I can hear my own thoughts and so that I can design more. So I hope you have your own totem that you can use to remind yourself to take it easy. And Patricia Rideout is here, Tammy Thompson, Ann Howard, Suzanne Healy, yay! Jennifer Gowan, Marge Wees, and Kim Perrine. Hello, I stitched in the new year. Excellent. I don't know how you can stay awake that long in the middle of the night and stitch then. My best time for sleeping is between 8 and 5 in the morning, 8 at night and 5 in the morning. So I find that people who stitch at midnight, like, how do you do that? I'm fast asleep if I can help it. Anyway, good morning, everyone, says Brenda Lifflyer. Good afternoon from Aura. And Michelle Lauzon, hello. Doris Dieners is here. Happy New Year to you too. Donna Granger, we went to bed at the usual early time, but were awakened by illegal fireworks at midnight. I didn't know there were illegal ones. Oh yeah, I guess there would be illegal if they're private, right? We didn't see any fireworks in Sydney. At least I didn't, because I was already gone by 8 o'clock. But we did have fireworks somewhere, and I think it might have been illegal too, Donna, just over. And so I did see one firework, which I thought, well, at least I saw one. Glad that you at least saw some. Jennifer says, almost finished my niece's needlework project, my resolution. Thank you. I needed to hear some people saying my resolution because that's what was a question about 5 minutes ago. So thank you for that, Jennifer. Sandy Revitsky is here. And welcome. Diane, oh, Sandy, it's beautiful. I have to talk to you later. Diane Regisdorf says, Happy New Year, Thea and Stitchers. Exactly. Tammy says, we did our routine New Year's Eve by sending the kids up the road to Grandma's, and we just watched TV and snacked. What a great way to bring in the new year. Have a little time on your own. Emma Knotts is here, Jennifer Gowan. Yes, exactly. Congratulations, Carol. I think that your picture is just so cozy, and love your sweater, love your pieces, love your tree behind you. It is beautiful. It is, thanks to Lorraine. But Lorraine's quiet and beautiful face shining out, I know that attracted many, many people as well. I'm going to start the Christmas tree. Yay! Robin, wonderful. And your last name is Oquist, I believe. And it sounds like you're starting the bling tree, right? That's great. And I think many people really love that. And you need to actually have the tree ready to go. It would be really cool if you would make the whole tree first. And then somewhere around, after your Thanksgiving, if you're in the U.S., or somewhere around December, then you start adding all of the decorations. It's really nice to do it at Christmas time. Sandy Denklaus says, Happy New Year. We're having rain, sleet, ice, and snow today in Illinois. Oh, it sounds like you've got a little bit of everything in your weather bag. It looks like we've got fog and rain maybe eventually later on. Right now it's kind of overcast. Sounds very typical for Victoria. Jillian Burst is here. Happy New Year. 50 viewers. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to welcome you all back. I mean, we had a number of people, but not this early in our talk. Last time, at Christmas Day, I think we ended up being as full as 46 people, which was tremendous. And now we've already got 50, and we're not even started yet. That's great. Happy New Year for everyone from Costa Rica. Hello, Rosie. Hola. Serena, I should say something more in Mexican, but I can't, or in Spanish, but I can't. Serena says, Happy New Year's 2021. Yay. Hello, Yvonne. It's good to see you. Your beautiful little pattern was so well received. Everyone loved your little pattern, as you can see from the finished product in the little frame. It really is such a nice thing for you to have done for yourself and then to share it with everyone after you had done that. So thank you again. Lisa, thank you for doing all that layout. Kathleen says, I'm popping in for a bit, but I missed a couple of times due to my kidney procedure. Kathleen, all the best to your healing, okay? 2021 is going to be a gorgeous year for healing, those kinds of things as well. So I hope everything is going well for you. Kathleen says, I think I would stitch at midnight. I would be unpicking the next morning. If I did that, yeah, but I wouldn't even bother to try. Loretta says, Happy New Year. We were up at midnight. Happy New Year. Carol says she's got a resolution. It's to get all my stitching studs. Oh, Carol Reed, I'm sorry, but your post fell off the wagon. I think it might mean get all my stitching stuff ready to go as possible. Deb says, my husband and I never miss the chance to kiss in the new year. We may head straight to bed afterwards, but we at least start the new year off right. That sounds like a really nice thing to do, a lovely kiss. I had forgotten all about kissing in the new year. And I think we kiss so much that we can't really remember whether we did it on New Year's Eve as well. Probably. That is really nice, a nice tradition. Marley Coco says, Happy New Year. Cheers from Brazil. Hola. Carol Reed says, I meant to say I plan to organize my stitching stuff. That's a great idea. And that's for all of 2021, so you've got a whole year to do that. You're probably thinking that you're going to be able to do that in a little bit less time than all a year, right? Anyway, I wish you all the best with that. I was thinking I would do a little bit of decluttering this year, and I definitely have to declutter my diet. So as I told you I think it was last week, yes, that I'm going to report. And this week I would say +2. That's my number. The bling tree is fun to stitch and doesn't take a lot of time. You're absolutely right. And Omeira says, Feliz 2021 desde mi Colombia. And I believe the translation is Happy 2021 from my Bucaramanga. That's a beautiful name. Love that city name. Susan Robinson, Happy New Year. Carolina Mendoza Villanueva, and Happy New Year from Bogota, Colombia. Suzanne, 53, I'm so happy you're all here. This is such a treat to see you all here on this wonderful start of 2021. Honestly, I can't think of a time when I was more excited to bring a new year in. And just so you all know, our office staff got a beautiful package to be opened on New Year's Day from Lorraine. She sent it from Australia. Well, she didn't really. She made the order and our local flower shop delivered it. This was sent to us from Lorraine, who is our chief moderator, and it's got goodies in it. And the goodies, I think they're all tea goodies, and we are all tea ladies here. So we're going to be enjoying the cookies, the lemon cookies, and the shortbread, and the black currant tea, some other blend, and some other teas all through the January. So thank you, Lorraine, for that thoughtful gift. It's such a treat to get an actual gift basket. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that Lisa and Kathleen and Elaine and, oh no, I've forgotten. Okay, Carolyn, all four of us are going to enjoy that. I'll just enjoy the tea because I'm on my way down. Today I had a first time, what do I call it? It's not a prayer meeting, but it's like a concentrated effort to read something that's positive and wonderful for weight loss. So I definitely have to do this for my health, and I am looking forward to giving you more negative number next Friday. Just a note, oh, here we go. I have to go back. Happy New Year from Susan Robinson. Yes, got you all. Thank you. Tammy I still stitch past midnight some, but sometimes I fall asleep while doing it. Kim Perrine says, just a note, I too live in Illinois, so with our weather, there was no good reason to go anywhere. And when I stitch late, I sleep in. That is true. You can these days, can't you? I find that I don't want to sleep in. I'm not one of those people that I love the morning. And the morning is when I am the most focused, the least loggy, I don't know how else you call it, I'm not unenergetic. And I think I was always a morning person, but as I get older, I'm even more so. I love those morning hours, and I do my meditation, and then I go for a brisk walk later on, but I also do a lot of designing during that time, and I find that I am clear of all of the days, the past days' problems at that time, and nobody else is awake. It's really one of the best things too. Everything outside is quiet. So I want to show you my design. I've been designing, or rather stitching my design in the last little while. So it's coming along. The heart hanger is done. Now, the only thing left to do, and that's why my rack is taken apart, I have to lay this down flat on a table and start adding the beads by hand. I put them on. I take some beads and I put them on, and then I take a picture of the section with the beads that I want, and I go all the way down so that I know where the beads are going to go, and then I start stitching them all on. So as you can tell, this one is start each day with a grateful heart. It's one of my favorite sayings, especially now with 2021. This is starting to really come together, and look at what I've done with the heart hanger. So as you can see, there is a bottom section, and on the right and left are pulled thread inside the heart hanger section. I don't know if you can see that well enough, but I'm really happy with the result. It's looking absolutely awesome. So it's not too long, it's fairly short, but I'm really happy that I got my first design done and that it will be out in 2021. Yes, so exciting. Anyway, that's what I do first thing in the morning these days. Instead of looking for my breakfast, I'll be stitching. Actually, as far as stitching is concerned, I think I've told you all this before, but I've had some bad problems with my thumb in this area, and I had some massage done, which was great, but I went to a hand specialist on the 28th, and she told me that I have very good, like my hands are not wrecked. I have a little bit of arthritis starting in a couple of joints here and a couple of joints here, but I still have full motion, which is great. Apparently the thumbs are the ones that we use the most for our stitching. So I was excited to hear that there are thumb exercises, which I've been doing in the morning as well. As soon as I've got my meditation done, I go and do these now and some stretching exercises. So these thumb exercises actually help you rehabilitate your whole hand. And you can also use a squeezing ball, which helps a great deal. And I got the best thumb braces, which is the first time I've ever had anything like that. This is the thumb brace, and I'm going to show you just because it was exciting to find a way that I could help because this is physiotherapy for your thumb. This isn't just a brace to hold it so it rests. No. This is physiotherapy for your thumb. So I put it on like this, and I have to squeeze it on. So then I put it on like this, and I believe this has to go right down into the thumb area. And then it makes my thumb do this instead of this whenever I'm using it. Instead of this, I'm doing this. So I'm holding my thumb this way, and it actually exercises my thumb. I'm excited because I really would like to have more years of stitching. So if you want to know anything about this thumb brace or those exercises, please post a question on the group. Don't worry about whether it's off topic, because it's not. We all have to keep our hands in good condition, right? If we're going to stitch some more, we do have to do that. And I'm so excited to be able to share a little bit of that with you. There. So now I'm going to say hello to Deb. Oh, how thoughtful, Lorraine. Yes, she's very thoughtful. Lisa says, thank you, Lorraine. I can hardly wait to get to the office and try some of those goodies. Exactly. Hot tea helps me stay on a diet. Exactly. As long as the tea isn't too full of caffeine, I am 100% with you. Hot liquids, really good, especially clear teas. Green teas are great as well. Deb says, I would be so much happier if morning came around 10 a.m. I think Lisa is totally with you on that one. Gwen says, Happy New Year. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Deb. I'm so glad you like it. All of you like it. Oh, thank you so much. saying Dobry večer from Prague. You're here. Don't forget to look before this, because there's a lot of lovely greetings from everyone, and Happy New Year to you too, Dory. Oh, Sabrina, thank you so much. Nancy likes it. Cynthia likes it. You are all so kind. And you know, the best part about it is your enthusiasm. It's not like I need lots of constant verification from other people, but to see such generous, kind, thoughtful comments really make my day and my design so much better and so much more fun, because it's shared. Thank you, Marge. Sue says, I love the pulled thread in the Hardingers. It was a new thing. Thank you. It was a new idea, and it's turned out beautifully. I thought, okay, I can't do any more cutting. This cutting is enough cutting. And I'm really glad that I did that design. Thank you. Oh, and putting the beads on is going to be heaven, because I've been dying to have the beads there so that I can see in my mind to see that it's all balanced, right? So there's going to be some beads in areas that look a little weak. There's going to be beads there, and there's going to be more color in some areas. So I'm very excited now. I can lay it out, put all the beads on, take some snaps with my phone, and that way I know which beads go where. Excuse me. Jennifer Gowan, thank you, Marge. And Carol and Patty and Sarah. Oh, you're all so kind. Thank you, thank you. Happy New Year to you too, Jennifer McEwen. Thank you, Suzanne. Kathy Bird, and you're so sweet. Jennifer Gowan says, when will your design be ready for purchase? I think you need to ask Lisa, because when she gets back, she is going to first catch up on all the things that she needs to catch up on. But that's the next thing that's going to be done is the part that I do takes time for sure, but it takes almost as much time, if not more, to lay it out, make it completely accurate, which Lisa is so good at, and not just lay out the actual chart, you know, the cross-stitch chart to show where things are on a grid that says every 2 fabric threads in 1 square, but also the diagrams that are going to go in, and this one's got a fair number of diagrams. And then also all the instructions, and then I have to take the photograph, so it has to be framed. I mean, there's a lot to be done yet. So when that's all done, and we've ordered all the materials for the accessory packs, and they've come in and they've been made into packs, then we sell it. Then we make it available. So what we've discovered over the years is that it often takes about 2 months from the time that I'm finished to the time that it is actually ready to be released. We could make it a bit faster, but this is actually what's been happening. So that I was actually designing a design for Christmas back in May, June. And that way it would be ready for September. So as you can see, it all takes time. And you all know this. You stitch, you know how long things take to make. Well, it takes a lot to put it into a leaflet as well. So there you go. Thank you for the question. Because I have a funny feeling that maybe a few others might have wanted to know that too. So we're kind of hoping for March. Jennifer Gowan, thank you. Agnes, Happy New Year from Paris, from Paris. Gail Stetler, thank you so much. I love the piece myself. Love it. I love the waking up each day with a grateful heart. Totally love that phrase, and hopefully the next time I do something, it'll have another lovely phrase. I would be interested in finding how the exercises go for you. Me too. So far, I've done them 3 mornings, Deb, and I'm noticing that the swelling has gone down around my left thumb, which, considering how much I stitched yesterday, I think I stitched 5 hours, but not all in a row, right? I took an hour break in between, and really, it's feeling great. So, but I used the brace as well, so I'm hoping it's going to make a huge difference. I'll let you know what the brand is. I know there's a brand for this, and these things are made in the Netherlands, so of course they're going to be good. Suzanne, thank you. 64. Cynthia, wow. Welcome to all of you who've come in late. And I'm not saying that you're late like it's a bad thing. You've come along because you've noticed that there's a live thing going on New Year's Day. And as you know, usually people don't do a lot of businessy things on New Year's Day, but frankly, you guys are all my friends. And I've met you, and I've talked to you, and I've emailed with you, and I've chatted to you here in the group so often that I feel like I know each and every one of you to varying degrees. And I love to be here with you today on New Year's Day. It's not like a onus, or sorry, it's not like a bad thing. I can't think of the word. Okay, I'm 71, okay? I can't think of the word. It's not a burden. That's it. It's fun. I was looking forward to saying hello to you all and finding out what are your New Year's resolutions. Thank you. Oh, 72. Are you kidding? 72 of you? You are all just adorable. I think this is our new record. See, that's what 2021 is going to be like. It's going to have new records of happiness and joyfulness and connection, right? I'm sure of it. And Jennifer Gowan says, could you share the thumb exercise sheet with the group? I think so. I know she's got a copyright on it, though. So what I could do, though, is I can give you each exercise instead of the sheet itself. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. You know about copyright. Okay, so one of the first ones, I might give you one every week. How about that? One of them is called blocking exercise. So you put your hand on your bottom of your thumb, on the base of your thumb joint. So right there, can you see where I've got it? I've got it gripped right there. And then what you do with your thumb is I have to hold it on the side. Okay, hold it on the side. And then I have to do this. And as I pull it down like that, it really pulls all of the muscles here, all the tendons and muscles here. So I kind of hold the bottom of it steady, and then I do this. And I don't do it fast. I do it really slow and deliberate. Okay, so that's called a blocking exercise. That's number one. I think that's a great idea. I'm not sharing her copyrighted diagrams, but I am sharing the fact that these are good exercises for your stitching hands. Oh, 72, unbelievable. Mary, thank you. Margie, Happy New Year from Monroe, Wisconsin. And Jean says, beautiful new design. Thank you. Wanda, it's okay if you're late, just as long as you are here. You're always welcome. Anyone's welcome, whether you're late or not. I think that being late is a kind of a mind thing. You don't have to feel like you're late. Just join in. It's just wonderful that you're there. Sandy says, I love that design. I can't wait to stitch it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful, not only that you guys got the feeling that I put into it, but it ends up being beautiful. That is pretty much icing on the cake. Oh, I shouldn't be talking about cake. It's New Year's. Anyone have another good resolution? Because I'm asking you guys to give me some ideas about what it is that's important to you. It doesn't have to be big. It can be, I'm going to take my dog for a walk a half hour earlier, or some silly thing. It doesn't matter. Just let us know. I also think that if you share your resolution, they don't have to be resolutions. They can just be wishes for 2021, okay? You know, the old-fashioned word resolution kind of had this feeling that you had to do it all year, and I don't believe in doing it all year and all that stuff. So just what do you think? Because 2021, to me, feels like a new beginning. I think we're all kind of hoping that there will be more vaccine into the pipeline. I think we're all hoping that the economy will improve gradually, if not, but slowly but steadily. I think we're also all really, those are the two main things. And then what follows is more physical connection. We're all dying for that. So I think that for 2021, there is a lot of hope for many changes and good changes. And also, you know, the things that we've learned in 2020. There were some things that I learned, that's for sure. I had no idea I wouldn't get sick if I didn't, you know, if I wear a mask. I mean, I've seen people wear masks, it makes sense, but I've never worn one because it made me feel like I'm singled out. Even on an airplane where people would be wearing masks even 2 years ago, I took one with me and I kind of hid it because it felt like I was, you know, but now it's like a fashion statement. So these are good things. These are ways that we can benefit ourselves and others, right? These are things we learned. Ah, Deb says, perfect time to release that. Yes, March. New season, pretty new spring colors. Thank you. I'm glad you're patient. Carol says, when you're designing a new piece, how do you figure out how much thread you need to put in the kits? Well, because I stitch every single bit myself, I keep a running total of all of the threads that I'm using. And the reason that you guys sometimes get more is because, well, actually way more, is because sometimes I've pulled out that section and I don't go back and erase the little marks that I made in the hashtags. So what you might find is, oh, good, they've been generous. Well, actually, I've been lax in keeping accurate record. So what I do is I make sure that there is a mark for every yard that I put in, and I keep good track of that. And then Lisa has a formula whereby she adds a certain percentage more to every thread that I use. And if I use a lot, like pearl cotton, we definitely don't include it in the yak pack anymore. We put it in well, we ask you to buy the whole ball of pearl cotton if that's what's needed. So that's how we do it. Lisa says, that sounds about right, Thea. The new design should be ready end of March. Oh, see, now I'm thinking beginning of March, but I think that maybe I'm pushing Lisa's tolerance just a little bit. How about middle of March? Lisa, I know you can do it. It's not that long. Anyway, whatever it turns out to be, it'll be ready as soon as Lisa can make it ready. Wanda says, we love you. I love you too. I do indeed. Loretta says, I enjoy Facebook Fridays. I do too. Sylvie, Happy New Year to you as well. Lisa says, Carol Reed, Thea does a thread count as she designs. Thank you. Lisa's answering, I bet she misses being here. I bet you wish you were here, Lisa. I get to talk to people all by myself. Marcy says, my goal this year is to complete some of my works in progresses that have been hiding amongst all the other charts I want to start. Yes, that's a really good idea. I also think that if you want to also start a new stitch, you can start a new and an old stitch. You know how there's first stitch of the new year. Some people take a whole new project, take a first stitch of the new year, and take another first stitch of the new year on an old project. Do two at once? I don't know. Can you do that? I can't, but some people have no trouble at all with that. Tanya says, late watching. Happy New Year to you too, Tanya. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Liz. You're here. I mentioned you earlier. Yay, you stitched in 2020. I'm so happy for you, and I hope you stitch one more thing in 2021, or maybe two. Gina Williams is here. Happy New Year. Happy New Year from Mary Widrowitz. Oh, that's so nice. Replying to Elizabeth, Deb says, my resolution is to improve my mood. It's been pretty dark since about March. That's a really good resolution. And honestly, I remember when my mood was extremely dark in some of the some parts of my past life. And the one thing I found, the thing that made the most difference in my life was to remember to be grateful for something every day. And that's what my new sampler is all about. And it's why I did it, is because we're all battling this feeling that we can't get together with people. So hopefully focusing, on the things that we either have or that we can still do, focusing on anything that you are grateful for. It is amazing. It lifts your mood immediately. And yes, you have to go back and again practice it more and more. But I find that gratitude is one of those things that if you practice it, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. I guess like anything. It's like riding a bike. Patty says, I want to be kinder and have more patience. Very good idea as far as a resolution is concerned. I know we can get a little sharp sometimes when we're under stress, and being a little more patient really helps a lot. Lots of finishing to do with stitch designs. Exactly. Sylvie says, I try my hand at designing my own project. Excellent, Sylvie. That sounds wonderful. If you start stitching or start designing and you don't know where to start, make sure you limit yourself to a size. Whatever that size is, long and narrow, short and long, whatever, make sure that that's where you start once you have a theme in mind, of course. If you have a theme and you have some words, then you can fit it into a section. And then you can go to work with things like motifs and colors and all sorts of things. I hope that helps. Jennifer plans to stay in touch with more of my family and friends. Yeah, I mean, just because we've been isolated indoors, I have gotten out of the habit of texting and emailing people quite a long time ago because my life is so busy. But I found I miss these people, and unless we make the effort to get on Zoom or FaceTime or phone or whatever, write them. I mean, goodness, how many of you have written anyone in the last little while with your own handwriting? I haven't. So whatever we can do to reach out to people, that's a great resolution. Penelope says, I got 2 Victoria Sampler designs plus thread packs for Christmas. Penelope, sounds like you're going to be busy. Don't forget to share, okay? Share your progress. Carol wants to start walking again since her breathing problems are improving. Beautiful, wonderful idea. And your breathing problems, I have a feeling that breathing is one of the things that will improve as you're walking. And also, your walking and exercise will help you perhaps lose a little bit of weight, and all of that will aid in all of your issues. I think breathing is, not breathing well is really difficult. And if you have asthma or any other breathing issues, good for you for going out and walking again. Walking a little bit every day, just a little bit, and then a little bit more. Carol Reed, well done. I'm so glad. And don't forget, we have to be in touch because you won the sweater contest. That's really good. Everybody's encouraging each other. Gina says, my goal this year is to finish a stitch along. Yes. Wouldn't that be awesome? It looks like it's 10 after 10, almost 10 after 10. So I did want to show you some winter designs just because. Somebody in the group asked about the New Year's design that I had and whether it was just a little freebie or a little mini. No, it's not. But it is a part of the Happy New Year design, which I'm sure many of you have seen before. At the top are some bursts of Krynic, and they shine and glitter, and that is one of the reasons why I like using them. But you can also use regular floss for those, of course. There's the party that we didn't attend this year with the music. And then, of course, Father Time is being ushered out by the new baby New Year. Yes. And then there's some lovely party again. This is a dance where they drop all the balloons on everyone. And this is meant to be a downtown, you know, the New York drop of the ball, I think is basically what I was going for, with some more fireworks up at the top. And, of course, a lovely little bit of heart hanger at the bottom. So that's not winter, but it is the New Year, Happy New Year sampler. Then we have this little guy. This is the little no, it's not the heirloom. It's the winter garden sampler, which is very cute. And you might notice that there's a snowman there, so keep that in mind. And then there's the cute little chickadees and some lovely holly. And notice that there's no mention of Christmas in this. None. So the reason that I did some winter samplers and winter designs is because there are many people who don't actually celebrate Christmas as such. So even though there is, and for some people in the northern hemisphere, there's snow on the ground for a long period of time. So these kinds of designs help you get into the spirit of the season, along with some snow if you like that sort of thing. There's another one which is about winter, and this is called the Winter Cottage, I believe. And then finally, don't forget this one. It's huge, but it is so pretty, and I think that you're going to love doing this one. This is a winter sampler as well, and honestly, I've forgotten what the name of this was. Number 130. There's Winter Cottage, there's Winter Garden, and this could just be winter sampler, if I'm not mistaken. Look at, there's little skiers at the top. And there's a snowball fight. And there's my aunt and uncle who gave me the idea for the skaters in the middle. And then at the bottom is a sleigh ride rather. And it's called Winter Holiday, that's what it is. I know, Lisa, you'll be typing away there. Anyway, Winter Holiday is a huge sampler, and see, you can see how long it is, but it is so fun to stitch this time of year, especially if you like to stitch in season. Okay, so those are the ones that I really wanted to show you before I start reading again. And I must say, those of you who are here, please remember how wonderful you all are. Your stitching is amazing. You make me happy with every post that you give us, and you make other people happy too, and you encourage other people to stitch as well. Yes, this chat group is mainly for the Victoria Sampler, only for the Victoria Sampler stitches. But just think about it. You guys are stitching Victoria Sampler pieces, and I know you're stitching other things as well. The amount of beautiful work that you guys all do is just stunning, and it is just so inspirational for someone like me who is doing it for a living. It is so encouraging too. So thank you all for all of the beautiful works that you put out into the world. So it says, okay, Gina says, my goals this year is to finish a stitch along I started last year. That's a good idea. Again, finishing stitching is amazing, and do some finishing. I think finishing is one of the things that we might be focusing on a bit soon, Lisa, because everyone has those moments where we've stitched and sat in their little chairs and stitched, and then the finishing comes along and we go, well, I got to stitch. I don't know about you guys, but sitting and in front of a roaring fire, or listening to some music, or watching the traffic, I don't know, sitting and stitching is really wonderful. But then when you are finishing, you actually have to get up, stand up, do some ironing, sit down, stand up, sit down. So it's a lot more active, and this might be good, like, you know, New Year's exercises. My resolution is to walk more. Well done. Yes. 5 miles. Okay, that's huge. That's walking more, all right. And Tammy says, I do not do resolutions, but it looks like you are, on the other hand, starting some new things, and that's just as good as a resolution. Susan says her resolution is a continuation of last year's, which was to finish stitching project and gift them to your friends who, you know, as long as you're gifting them to people who appreciate them, it's also nice to give them to people who don't do any stitching, but who admire your stitching. I find that giving it to people who already stitch, sometimes you're overloading those people with stitch goodies that they already have a lot of. That sounds like a great resolution too. Deb says, yowza, I need to leave breadcrumbs so I can find my way back home. Sandy says, first, to be thankful for each day. Second, to stitch more. You know, those are great, great, great thoughts. And not only are they thoughts, but if those actions follow your thoughts, you're going to have an amazing 2021. I already wish everyone an amazing 2021. 73? Wanda, Loretta, Donna, thank you. 73. Those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I can't see the quantity. I can't see the amount of people, the number of people who have joined us here because of the way my layout is. It's actually, I'm not using Facebook itself. I'm using streaming software. And in that streaming software, I really don't see any attendance records, which I will be hopefully, you know, fixing at some point, maybe in 2021. But in the meantime, so some of our lovely ladies give me numbers once in a while as to how many people are here. And honestly, I think we've exceeded any number, anywhere, anytime in the past. So 73, I think, is pretty much top. So thank you for that. It's so exciting. Penelope says, I'm embroidering a mask. Now that's a nice idea. I thought of it back in 2021, like early on, and I thought, you know, most people when they have to wear a mask and they're going to embroider it, they'll make their own little motifs. But I would love to see some ideas for a mask. So I'm going to look online and see what people are stitching as far as masks go. Maybe I'll put out a mask design. Who knows? That could be kind of fun for a stitch along. Penelope. Lisa says, we'll see what we can do, Thea. Giving myself some extra time. Oh, that's what it is. You don't want to overpromise, huh? I see. We're talking about the fact that the new design that's coming out is coming out in a couple of months. And I said, maybe beginning of March. And Lisa says, I don't know. Yeah, sure. But that's okay. Pandora, you're not late. You are lovely. Mary says 73. Yes, that's right. And Happy New Year from Norma Farrow. You're here also. You know, it seems like we have so many people here, and everyone wants to wish everyone the best New Year ever. And I think 2021 is going to be amazing. Marge is going to complete more of your gingerbread village. Oh, yes, I'm going to do a gingerbread thing this year, no matter what. And Penelope wants to finish some more things. You're welcome. I hope that you find something to stitch, and hopefully what you find to stitch is going to be the new Stitch Along, Liz. Maybe you like it. Okay, so I'm going to give it to you now because I know that pretty soon I'm going to have to say goodbye, even though there's still hundreds of things that I want to read out. Those of you who have to leave a little early because you've got other things to do than to sit around here, I would like to show you my very first Stitch Along for January, which is going to be uploaded, and the other ones are going to be taken away. Remember this now. You know this from the past. You are not going to be able to give these to anyone else. So they are copyright. So the Gnome Sweet Gnome patterns are going to be taken away, and the 1st of January. I think that's what I've called it so far. I might change my mind about the name of this in a bit, but anyway, I've called it January for now. So there we go. That is the beginning of January. And as you can see, I have actually put a line around the outside. This line does not have to be a line, okay? Because all it is it encases the design itself so that you have somewhere to go with this. But you can instead do what I did at the beginning of this year, and this is going to be a year in stitches, I'm afraid. I know it's been done by others, but this time it's going to be done here, and it's going to be done from January until December. So I'm hoping that you'll stitch along with a year in stitches, and that this one's called January, and look where it fits. This is going to be the grid, and at the top is January, as you can see. So instead of that line, you do the cross stitches instead, or change it. My goodness, you can do whatever you like, but this is the grid that's suggested. So the next one is going to be here in February, here in March, etc. These designs are going to be small, but they're going to be more frequent because in order to get through, you're going to have one every month. So if you decide you're going to do this whole thing, I believe that the linen that you're going to need is, okay, I've written it down, but I left it in the other room. Okay, here. The design, you're going to need 16 by 18 linen, if it's 28 count. And the design itself is going to be about 10 by 12 altogether. Okay, so you're going to need 16 by 18 fabric, 28 count fabric. And 16 fabric is about like this, so if you have a large piece of fabric like that and that you want to use it, that sounds great. The colors, all up to you, totally. This one I made in cool colors because it's wintry. And I think I'm going to use colors that are appropriate to every single section so that those colors, you can use them, or you can take your inspiration from them, or you can decide you're going to use one colorway, or you're going to use temperature controlled colorways. Anyway, or you're just going to do one. And if you do one and then you do the other one, you might make them into ornaments. Those are totally up to you. Good choices, big choices for you today. So I'm hoping that I get some good response from this because it's going to be the first of my mystery year in stitches. I've never done this before, so I have to be committed. And as I've said, I have been committed enough for 3 years now to do the Facebook Friday. So I think I can manage this year. I certainly hope so, and it's going to be really fun for all of you. Sandra, thank you. I am grateful to you as well, by the way. You are amazing to your friends and family and to us. Sabrina loves this design. Oh yeah, just ordered Winter Garden. Excellent. Awesome, I need that. Oh, good. And these are about the winter gardens, etc. You should mark on the back of your frame pieces with the number, have the name of it, and then you don't have to remember it. You are so smart, Deb. Aw. I think I'm going to come back to all of these because I want to see what you're saying about the new things. I have to wait until Monday to go to work. What a wonderful idea. I may have to join this one. Sounds really cute. It'll be awesome. Stitch along sounds awesome. Thank you, Lisbeth. Yeah, 16 by 18 on 28 count. It's going to be for the whole year, but as I said, you do not need to do every single one, right? You can also skip as long as you download them, or you can just do them on little scraps of paper, of linen, as you go. You may skip out a few. I mean, not all of you want to do the big one, but you'll have the option to do them as small ones. Suzanne Healy, 78 people have attended today. Oh, I'm so excited. Happy New Year. This is so excited. I am. So, oh, Tammy said 79. Okay, we are so close to 80. No, I'm not gonna jinx it. That is so good. All of you. 83? Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm going crazy. Lisa, have you ever seen anything like it? This is amazing. Happy New Year to all of you, all of the people that have come in the last little while to boost our numbers up past 80. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you for coming, for joining in when there is a free pattern, which is going to be on this grid, and you'll be getting that as soon as I finish this Facebook Friday. Looking forward to that fun project too. I'm going to have to go back and read some of the other things that you've written here, because so many of you are here. You are just giving me all these wonderful comments and exciting, so it is a little bit almost overwhelming to me, and I'm so grateful. I love being overwhelmed by your enthusiasm. Allison says, I love your idea. Looking forward to each month's edition. Happy New Year to you too. What a great comment. Denise says, I appreciate that. And you. That is so nice to hear. Looks like I can't wait. You rock, says Patty. Okay, I have to know your name. Quinowski. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you all. This is going to be such an amazing project. And it looks like we've got 84 is the biggest number I've seen yet. And it is silly, I know, but it is also wonderful for us to see that our Facebook Friday has grown and grown and grown. And of course, that you're also welcome to come on New Year's Day to say Happy New Year to all of the Stitchers that are in this group, who are the best, most generous, kindest, most intelligent, talented, most beautiful people in the world. So glad you're here. I am about to say goodbye. It is 10:22. I've gone a little over my usual 45 minutes. But if I stayed on any longer, I'm afraid I'm going to get way, way, way overwhelmed with maybe 85 people. Now 89, now 90. Okay. Okay, I am overwhelmed. This is amazing. 90 people. Dory, Sandy, thank you. This is the most fun I've had for a long time. It shows that we all love one another, and that this little group here is getting bigger, and that there are more people who are enjoying each other. Like, it's not just about Victoria Samper or me for that matter, but I do love giving this group in particular, but I love giving as much as I can to all of you, as you, by the way, have given to all of us. We're able to do this because you actually buy patterns as well. And I wouldn't be able to do this at all if it weren't for you. So your support, which definitely means that you've supported me by buying, and you've supported the company and all the employees that are with this company. You support us by doing that. It's not like you're, getting everything for free, that's for sure. Without that, though, we wouldn't be in existence. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you. Sisterhood, exactly, Brenda, exactly. So I'm going to say goodbye, wishing you much happiness, a very Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year, and particularly the New Year. And the 90 of us are going to have the best year ever. Back to work Monday, me too, and we're going to end up having the best year. I know we are, mainly because we're all full of gratitude and joy. Happy New Year.